extent.
So who hold the camera now?
What do you want? Once we take a live video of us.
Because I'm live right now, so.
Shut up. How long is the program? 20 minutes of interviewing. I'm not good with this. He doesn't have music. So I can't say let's play a song from Chanda.
Come back for music, my first one.
I can't stay for more than 30 minutes. Yeah, because I'm also following up on something. Okay, well. There's something trending that TeeJay Zambia has been picked, but it's not a thing. Guys, what? I mean, just help us, bro. Just help us. You can show me, bro. Like my brother.
Whoop, just flip the camera for me.
As in...
No, should be like this. Like,
Wait, you know what you've done, Justin? But you can't play what then at least it covers both of us. You're a journalist, you know what you do.
I can manage to capture you from here. How long is that cable?
Are you ready? Okay, I'm queuing it. You're here. It is exactly 38 minutes gone past the hour of 15, man, and I've been waiting to go to this person. Like, I won't lie, like I've been talking so much about having Brian Chanda in the building, and they want to talk so much, man. What a humble human being he is. And yeah, I've been talking. We were supposed to have him last week Friday, and he is in the building today on the Monday. Yes, yeah. It is the 21st of November. Wow, come on, man. Shout out, man. Brian, welcome, and thank you so much for joining me in the studio and being very, very humble to join us this afternoon.
thank you so much, TJ. I just had to make it,
Definitely, man. Definitely so much, man. And a lot of people, been wondering, who is this guy? What does he do? But those that have been actually, been out there, understand, who Brian Chanda is, and first of all, I should say thank you. As I said, thank you already earlier on. Yeah. You're not even into your 30s as yet, but you've made You've made a statement that people should learn to listen and understand, and I want to find out about that. You know what I mean? Who is Brian Chanda, first of all, before I say so much? Because I have a lot of data, but I want to know, who is Brian Chanda, first of all?
Okay, so Brian Chanda is a young entrepreneur. Multiple, I can say, I'm a general dealer doing so many things. I'm also a student at the University of Zambia, which I'm graduating. I'm done with my exam this year. I graduate next year.
Oh, serious?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now, you've been tagged by so many, tabloids, vloggers, bloggers, as being the youngest entrepreneur in Zambia and being the youngest millionaire in Zambia. And, how did you start with your business?
My business started something very small, which I don't know. Few people even believe it. Even myself, I don't believe it. And everyone will just say it's one of those motivational speaker stories and stuff like that. But I'm not even a motivational speaker. I just feel sometimes my story can help someone out there and do something in life, So I started I completed school at an early age. So I was done in school by the age of 16. Then got into business real quick. Even in school, I was doing these small deals, my sample, do something.
I was actually seeing, watching your photos, bro, in supers and
stuff.
stuff.
It's been me. Even my old pictures at Socket. I was at Sotek. That was grade 8 to 9.
Yeah.
With that guy with a fancy sweater and stuff like that. So it's been in me from childhood, and then I'm always grateful to my grandparents because they helped me out. I don't come from a well-to-do family. I'd lie if I say I come from a well-to-do family. And
But people think
Yeah,
no. Honestly, people think you come from a well-to-do family.
Nah, it's totally,
No, a lot of people think you come from a well-to-do family.
it's totally not like that. I had to like fight all the way up. I won't lie to you.
Yeah.
It was quite hard way back. My grandparents, I grew up with my grandparents, you know, and then starting they get old, they have to retire, and then you have to help out. My grandma, who we've sold sugar canes before, vegetables, fritters and stuff like that. And you know, yeah, maybe I'm one idiot, so have to go, you know, go sell these things, and you'll be like, my friends will see me and stuff like that. But I feel it shaped me into this person. Like, I'm not scared to sell anything because I got exposed at an early age. So I've been pushing from that. Those simple principles I learned.
Wow. No, you talked about, where your background comes from, and everything, you are doing right now. And if you had to sit down and tell somebody, what type of business you do now? You said you're not afraid of selling anything, but let's talk about brand Chanda Innovations. What do you sell besides just, phones, clothes, and what? Take us through your business, what your business is all entitled.
Like, I always adapt, like I ride on trends mostly. That's where the innovative part comes in. So I'm one guy. I started my business with t-shirts. T-shirts came up with the innovative idea of making custom phone covers. Custom phone covers, went to innovate things like making laptop skins, and those helped me save up some money. I managed to get my machines through that same business. From then again, we went into the shoe business. So I've been expanding all yeah. So okay, how that happened. Let me see if I can remember. Okay, the thing that made me like make so much money was with the custom covers, because few people had the knowledge on how I can do it, and my cost of production was very, very low, and I could make huge profits out of that. Because if I can remember, vinyl and these plastic phone covers were quite cheap, and I sold them for a high price. So then people, when you innovate something, people ride on it. So you have to capitalize before a lot of people know how to make it. Then from there we went to t-shirts. Then t-shirts, everyone started printing now. You can even people duplicate your brand and stuff like that. So to build that up, came up with that innovative idea of the tie and dye t-shirts. And that's where everything just boomed. We could sell a lot of shirts in a day. So it's been growing. I'm now into food, transport. It's a lot of things going on.
Brand.
Everywhere.
And
there are so many businesses that so many people don't know about, because I feel they don't have the out there on the public. Like mostly for my clothing business, of course, for it to survive, I need advertisements, I need exposure out there. So that's why I find it talking about it a lot. But there's a lot more going on that people don't actually know.
Being a very young entrepreneur, leading the way, and being named the youngest, best entrepreneur in the country, being named youngest millionaire in the country, man. For those people that are out there, the youth, what would you give them? You told me you finished school when you're only 16.
Yeah.
And look at what you've done now.
No one even believes when I tell many people. I don't know how many times I keep explaining my age. Like they literally, their dad they'll be like, "You are not that age." How old they call me? 27 years, 28 years.
You called me young the other day. No, but honestly, if you had to advise the youth that are out there now, because a lot of people are really abusing social media. They're not taking advantage of how they can use social media. What advice would you give the children, or say the young youth that are out there right now?
Okay, so for the young people out there, the biggest advice I always give someone who openly come to me is first need to focus on your education. Of course, it's quite important. But that doesn't mean when you are learning, never have that mindset to be employed. Have that mindset to offer skills and people pay for your skills. That's what we go to school for. Literally, that's what has kept me in school for. I'll read certain things, I'll be like, I can make money out of this, I'll innovate something out of it. So I'll advise young people, it's high time we kicked out the employee mindset, like if I go to school, I'll find a job. Like if we honestly even do a survey, there's so many people out there who don't have job, highly trained, they have degrees and everything else. And then the other advice I'll give someone who's young out there, like who doesn't come from a well-to-do family. It is possible. I'm a living testimony to that. It is possible. You can make it. It doesn't matter if you are surviving on a meal a day, if you are being sent to different things. Like, the future is what's worth it. And then the other advice is mostly for these guys who just completed school. This space they have as they await for their results, that's the space I mostly capitalized in. I've had friends who are from well-to-do families. They went to school earlier before me, and then there was me who had to remain pushing.
So my veggies with grandma.
Pushing with the grind and left, right, and then they were ahead in life. They got their degrees and stuff like that. But then tables do turn.
Yeah.
I'm now being written to different people asking for jobs and stuff like that. So just focus. There's time for everything. Don't feel behind. The most important part is that you start something. Starting is the most important thing. If you don't start, you're just looking at your friends going like, this guy has made $1 million. It's because he started years when you were scared, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where the impact comes in. Yeah.
Now, one thing that got me across to you, I know we've been talking of late, and there's one thing that really touched my heart. I won't lie to you about this. I think I even said to you the other day we were talking. A young gentleman, lost the phone, a Brill phone, from the University of Zambia.
Yeah.
And I'm all on social media, and I saw you post, and you willingly, without anybody asking you, you just say, come get a phone for me. I'm gonna give you a phone so you can study. The mom cried about how the young gentleman lost her phone, his phone, sorry, should I say, and she could not pay for it. She could not have money to give, him another phone, bruh. And that day I said, I wanted to get to know this guy. What made you really just say, I'm gonna give you a phone for free, a new smartphone, and for me, you touched my heart.
Yeah.
What led to you to do that, bro?
I feel realized by lifting others. I've helped quite a number of people, but I'm just not that person who point out certain people like, I helped this guy get here.
Yeah.
And mostly even I had to comment there. I tried to text them, but then they just knew the deal. So I just had to publicly comment there. Otherwise, it's just something you naturally do, because I feel when you help someone out there, it's not like you expect something back, but just puts you in a good state, like you've helped someone. Even most when young people write to me, it's quite a bit painful. You see so many application letters for a small fee, then you'll be like, okay, the least I can do is maybe just advise you, it's not the end. I can't hire almost everyone because I also have to pay you. So just be a bit innovative and you can do something. So I feel we need to help each other as young people, and I feel it's about teamwork. It's something I've been trying to work on. If us young people can have things like cooperatives, you're better off owning 1% of something big than owning the whole thing that you're not running well. So my thinking has been, if young people, we have different skills out there. You can have a 50 kwacha, you can have 100 kwacha, you can have 250. You put all that money together, break it down into shares, invest in something big. The same way we do donations for people who are suffering out there. Why can't we young people donate? From that, we have something big. A company will grow. Will employ so many people, and then from that small money that you've put in over time, you make something out of it. So it's been a challenge, because I feel if we teach many young people about financial discipline, we can achieve that, but it's been a challenge. And the other thing is, most young people, it's like when they see you doing better, they'll want to hurt on you. They'll throw all sorts of shades, all types of funny comments. They'll be like, this guy makes so much money, why is he driving a Makex? But if you look at the person commenting, like, what do you have? He's literally walking on the street and stuff like that, And those are things that we should be avoiding. Let's build each other. Let's not, when someone's doing well, just try to throw shade. The put down syndrome is just too much in the country, It's high time we change the mindset as young people.
And I love the fact you've touched the point where you try to help that that young man, and how you see the youth growing and being better. And if you alone I want to ask you, how old are you, first of all?
22, 23 next year.
God, no.
But no one believes it, right?
God, no. You're gonna tell me you're 22, bruh.
No one believes it, so I'm just accepted. I'm 27. I'm very still, I just have to accept it.
But for all the youths that are out there, right now, and for those that are still trying to learn, what lesson would you say in your own personal life you had to learn and be it like a pedestal for you? Something that, it not only taught you, but it made you become who you are. What story would that be? Let's hear Brand Chanda's story that he would always say and tell someone, this is what made me stand on this point.
Yeah, so what I'll tell you is losses are real and they'll knock you out. You fail to believe it has happened.
Yeah.
I got traumatized at that point. So there was this point when I was there, and when you're young, and you're having a lot of money and stuff like that, we tend to start spending, overspending.
Yeah.
I was a victim of that. I'll start buying expensive clothes. I got my first car at an early age, and then
Wait. What was your first car?
I had a Toyota Celica.
You're telling me?
Yeah.
The sports car?
Yeah. I remember then how much I get. I was like, it should be like 45,000, and I was just that young person. Those were like my 18s when I got that, and then if I invested that money, bro, I would be somewhere very, very, very far.
No, but you're already far. Come on, talk. No, you're doing good, bro.
Hit me the next year,
Yeah.
So the same year, business was well. I engaged into the phone business, and the profits they're huge, but they're minimal because you need to. What I've learned from my experience on the road right now, you make so much money. Like you order like even if you have like 5-10 phones, you have like a 60,000 after you say it, you'll be like, yo, this is a lot of money. The childish mindset will tell you,
let me
buy
go
something, and that was me. So I got that car the same year. The same year again, I made some good money. I got a Volkswagen now, the convertible.
Yeah.
Around the streets with no rooftop and stuff like that, and life was good, And then over the sudden, the loss hit me. I lost the consignment, and I was doing down payments mostly. I lost close like 100,000 plus, And that was just the wake up call for me, like, yo, it's hard out there. Now you get calls.
You gotta know what you gotta do.
That was money from my clients. You get calls from the policemen. Hey, what people understood me. There are people who blasted me out. I even kept the notes on my phone for future use. How much I was paying the people, When I look at them, I'm just like, oh, it was rough out there. So I had to sell my car. I had to sell some of my clothes. It even became.
You lie, bro. You lie.
I saw that part because
you're hiding it.
Yeah, you'll be acting all cool out there so that people can you maintain the standard out there, and that shouldn't be the mindset many young people have. That's why I always advise people who are coming up, like it's not about showing off. Invest in yourself first. So it became hard, like even paying rentals for the shop I was renting at.
Yeah.
It was hard for me because of the debt I entered because the consignment got lost, nothing to do. So any little money I'll make, I have to pay someone.
I'll pay back, yeah.
Any little money I'll make goes to pressure. School grades became very bad. So it was a wake up call for me. I then went back to now delivering things in my car, taking to customers. You take it to customers. Then I had a good friend, like it just came up, like I barely explain my problems to people. So he told me, I know there's some space in the shop you can actually squat in there. Yeah. That's why we started with the tie and dye t-shirts, and then business boomed, and then things are able to change in even months. I can testify to that. Sales just went up over the sudden, and that was me almost been giving up on business. I'm like, yo, this is game over. The same year, December, I managed to open my first independent store. The same.
I'm in Jeff now.
Okay, I've grouped them because in Lusaka we had three. Three in Lusaka, then one on the Copper Belt, one in Solwezi. But the one in Lusaka, to save finances, and I needed a bigger warehouse, so I had to get a bigger shop, and then it's helped out and improved my sales. So we just have 3 at the moment, but we're working on something in Dola, Chipata, and Livingston.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, you know, I know you're busy, man. We can continue talking,
I've been
but
outside.
one thing that I really, I'm inspired by you is the fact that you're very young and you're doing the utmost. I would want someone out there also to have the same spirit or to feel the way I feel when I sit and talk to you and talk about innovations and everything. Your last words to someone that wants to be in your position, someone that wants to learn how you trended, how you're 22, bro. Like, I think my as well as what? Junior's what? 19? You understand? I'll probably call you my young brother, but still, you're doing the utmost. What are the words you tell someone out there, and how can they, focus to be in the level that you're at? You're truthfully speaking words from your heart.
Me on my end, my focus on my end. This is just like the dead truth. My focus came in my 19 to 20s. That's when the maturity kicked in, and so the few principles that helped me is each time you try to keep money or save money, you're actually losing it. So the principle I've always used, even till now, is never keep stagnant money in your account. Yeah. Let your money flow around. Even if they will say you don't. Okay, then the other part is when your relatives ask for money. You need to know. You need to know how to. There, you need to balance. Trust me, you need to balance. Because remember, when you go down again, no one lifts you up. So have that mentality to invest. Each time you make your profits, reinvest the money. Growing money, it's just like farming, when you harvest, you sow a seed, harvest, you sow a seed, your yield kept growing and growing, and that's the principle I've kept. Each time if I make a 50,000, if I invest it, it'll be 100,000. I invest it 200,000, and that's the multiple the money grows in. And once you just make like a lot of money, be it even a 200,000, you invest all that, and that's been me. Sometimes I'll just close a blind eye, be like, this is like 400K. I'll invest everything. I'll remain broke. And consignments take like 3 months. I'll remain broke. Like, I won't even be having money for this ETC and etc. And it disciplines me, because sometimes when you have too much money, you feel like it's kind of, I don't know, you feel like you're on top of certain people. You want to spend recklessly. You want to buy expensive alcohol. And I feel it limits me, because I feel if I keep my money around, I would spoil it. So as a young person, always don't keep stagnant cash. That's the devil. I don't know what you can call it, but it's so,
Yeah. Well, I could continue speaking to Chanda Brown the whole day, but I definitely have to get the wrap of this interview, man. And shout out, man. I promise I'm going to bring you this interview. I spoke to the man, the youngest entrepreneur in Zambia, the youngest millionaire in Zambia. And yeah, he came in and joined us. I get into the headlines at exactly 15 hours. And man, you know what it means. We are on the drive. It's a Monday. Let's get into it. They call me TeeJay Zambia, a.k.a. the Product Kid Son. Alright, wait for me.